Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may be watching this. This is Brian Carpenter, the sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal. And I'm welcoming you to the all-new, brand spanking new, right off the top of my head, seat of my pants, Athlete of the Week video. As most of you are familiar, we've been doing our Athlete of the Week contest for a couple years now. New twist this spring, you get to look at me, perhaps some of my colleagues who are much better looking than I, perhaps some of your teammates who are fortunate enough to be nominated and who may win this contest. The deal is this: we're going to continue the Athlete of the Week contest, but starting this spring, we're going to be doing a show to kind of enhance it. We'll explain to you who the nominees are and also introduce to you who the winners are and hopefully get some footage of them out in the field doing their thing. Now, the cool thing with the Athlete of the Week is, as most of you know by now, if you're nominated, just nominated, you don't have to win. If you're nominated, you get invited to our Record Journal Best of the Bunch Awards Brunch. Say that 3 times fast. Record Journal Best of the Bunch Awards Brunch at the AquaTurf on this year, Sunday, June 25th. Rebecca Lobo is going to be there. I'm hoping Steve Russian, her husband, is going to be there. He's a much better writer than I am, and he's a good fella. It's going to be a good event. Last year's event was a good event. We've had a whole year's planning behind us getting ready for the second annual. And if you are nominated for this Athlete of the Week contest, you are invited. Also, you get to apply for a $5,000 scholarship, which we're going to be awarding and announcing at the brunch. It's being presented by Wallingford Buick GMC, which of course sponsors this contest. You go on our website, www.recordjournal.com/brunch scholarship, and it will take you to the little portal where you can apply. So, without further ado, because I've babbled on too much, I want to introduce you to our first 6 nominees of the spring season. We always look forward to the spring because it's a great season for us. We have good baseball teams, softball teams, boys volleyball, both lacrosse, golf, you name it, tennis. We've got great teams in the spring. Today, it's a Thursday. Our Record Journal track meet's going on down at Lyman Hall. We've always got kids who are in the running for class and state open championships. So we got a lot going on in the spring. And we're going to do our best to nominate the best kids for Athlete of the Week. And the thing is, once voting opens on Thursday, you got to go out there and you got to support your classmates. Show them the love. This week, we've got 6 kids. There's only 1 senior in the bunch. We've got some softball players. We've got a golfer. We've got a baseball player or 2. And now, of course, the big team going into this season is Cheshire Softball. Class LL champs last year, undefeated season, magical run. They've won their first 4 games. They're playing again today, looking to make it 5-0 for a start, which would give them 32 straight wins. Now, this is a team that could have an Athlete of the Week nominee every week, from Abby Abramson to every field in the position. This first week, we're going with a sophomore. She started last year as a freshman, which means she's yet to lose in varsity softball. Our first nominee in outfield for Cheshire Softball is Lexi Hemstock. She had a pair of 3 for 4 games as Cheshire got off to a 4-0 start. Like I said, she's a returning starter, as good as anyone on that team, and that's a team that is loaded with talent. So, from Cheshire, Lexi Hemstock, sophomore outfielder. We have several other sophomores, including here in Meriden, for the Platte baseball team off to a 4-0 start before losing today to Hamden. It broke my heart to see they lost today to Hamden. But they got off to a 4-0 start. That's great for Coach Tim Redican and those guys. It's a good team. A lot of good players on that team. The Kuhn brothers, Devin McCarty, you name it. They're loaded too. And they got a sophomore named Edison Ortiz. That's Edison with 2 S's, like Thomas Edison, but with 2 S's. And Edison has been the right medicine out of the bullpen for the Platte Panthers. He was a factor in their 4-0 start. His first 6 2/3 innings this season hasn't given up a run, hasn't walked a guy. That's key. A couple of hits, but not a run, and he's helped nail down a save. He also was a winning pitcher when Platte beaten Britain on a walk-off sacrifice fly by Manash Carlson, who was on our All-Record Journal wrestling team. He's also a baseball player. Ortiz is a sophomore, as they say, a right-hander. He's been a great find for Coach Tim Redican. Panthers off to a 4-0 start. I know the Platte community will support their guy, Ortiz. Also, from the world of baseball, off to a nice 3-0 start is the Lyman Hall Trojan. This is good for Coach Chuck Burghart and his team. They're very healthy going into this year. They got a good catcher in Mike Caruso. The guy we're going with for our first nominee for our first week of the Spring Athletes of the Week is a junior, Jake Rainey. He is a pitcher. He also plays in the field. He did a little bit of everything as Lyman Hall won its first 3 games. He was the winning pitcher against Sheehan. He also pitched in the win against Hamden. He had some hits against Hamden, scored some runs, drove in a couple. He also scored what proved to be the winning run against Sheehan. That was a big win for Lyman Hall to start the season. They hadn't beat Sheehan since 2009, long before we started this contest. Big win for Coach Chuck Burkhart and a very good start to the season for them. So Lyman Hall is also a big supporter of this contest. We know that you will be out there spreading the vote for your guy, Jake Rainey. Across town from Sheehan, we're going with a new kid for the Titans. He transferred from Notre Dame of West Haven. He's the lone senior in this first week of Athletes of the Week. His name is Nick Izzo. He's a golfer. He's a senior. And he had a great round last Wednesday as Sheehan opened the season down at Alling Memorial. He shot a 1-over to earn the medal and lead Sheehan to a sweep of Lyman Hall and Wilbur Cross. And what's great about that score is, under normal conditions, it's good. Now, as you guys know, one of the big stories to start the spring is how horrible the weather's been. Not just for that first week of the season, but it pretty much wiped out preseason. The golfers couldn't get out there, tennis players, you name it. Stopped up at Southington High School. Robin Thompson and her team were shoveling off their courts. There's a cardio workout for you. Now, what Nick Izzo's been doing to stay sharp in golf is he's got like a net set up in his garage. So he's been swinging through the winter, which is cool, and it showed in his first match, a 1/37 for Nick. He is nominated from Sheehan High School. As for our final 2 girls nominees, another team that's off to a good start that doesn't normally start the season undefeated, but they are this year, is the Southington Girls Lacrosse team. We asked Coach Jillian Pomposi, who might be a good nominee for that club, because they've got a lot of girls doing a lot of good things. Can only pick one from each team each week, though, and she suggested a midfielder, Molly Dobratz, and it's a good pick. Molly is a junior. She missed all of last year with an ACL tear, but you wouldn't know it based on how she's been playing so far as Southington has gotten out to a 4-0 start. She's in a midfield position, but she's good on offense, defense, key in winning face-offs, and she is the nominee from the Southington Girls Lacrosse team, also off to a 4-0 start. And last but not least, our girl from Wilcox, downtown Brianna Brown. She is a sophomore. Brianna Brown. She pitched last year as a freshman. She's back as a sophomore. Wilcox Tech, they won their conference last year. They are a very good team. We're not talking apples and oranges here. They're a good team. They're legit. They're loaded with talent. Again, another team that could have a girl in this contest pretty much every week. We're starting with Brianna Brown because in softball it starts in the circle. And she's a good pitcher. She can also hit the ball too. First 4 games, 11 for 17 with 8 RBIs. One game she was 5 for 6. That's nuts. It's a season for most of my sports guys. Those are our first 6 nominees. Please go on recordjournal.com when the voting opens on Thursday. It's already open now. It runs through midnight on Monday. We will announce the winners for next week when we do our second show that hopefully will have a few nice little bits of entertainment to go along with my running monologue. I appreciate you watching. I hope you're entertained. I hope you're inspired to go vote for your kids. And we hope to see you at our Record Journal Best of the Brunch Awards Brunch on June 25th at the AquaTurf.